If you filed application for a green card form I-45 or you are going to file such an application, this video is for you. Here we're going to talk about most common reasons for a denial of I-45 application or a green card application adjustment of status and what can be done. Thank you very much for joining. My name is Alena Shautsova. I'm an immigration attorney from New York. I've been practicing immigration law for 16 years at this point, and here on my channel, I share tips and points for you to save your time and money when you are dealing with the United States immigration issues. So let's start. Reason number one as to why 45 can be denied relates to the grounds for the Form I-45. That ground can be, for example, Petition I-130, Petition I-140, Form I-360, asylum status, siege status, and so on and so forth. So if your Form I-45 was denied because the grounds for it, the grounds were denied, then there is nothing much you can do about the form itself. You will first have to address the denial related to the grounds for your green card. If USCIS, for example, found that the marriage to a US citizen based on which you were trying to receive your green card is fraudulent and denied that Form I-130, or your petitioner, your spouse, withdrew Form I-130, then your Form I-45 must be denied. And the only way to address this situation would be to address the reasons for the denial of I-130 first. It's the same is true for other types of forms that would have been denied, such as I-360, I-140. If those forms are denied, you may choose first to either file a motion to reopen or perhaps appeal where it's available to address the reasons for those forms denials. Because without fixing those forms, you will not be able to proceed with your application for the green itself. The second reason as to why your application for a green card can be denied relates to grounds of inadmissibility. If you were found inadmissible, for example, you could not prove that you had a legal entry when you first entered the United States, or you could not prove that you maintained lawful non-immigrant status whenever it's relevant for your application, or, for example, you were found to be guilty of a certain crime that makes you inadmissible. For each type of a green card application, depending on the ground for the green card application, the law requires certain grounds of inadmissibility to be checked. So, for different types of the grounds for the green card, different types of inadmissibility will be relevant. For example, if you're filing for a green card based on VAWA as an abused spouse of a US citizen, it does not matter how you entered the United States, legally or illegally. But if you're filing for a green card related on an employment petition, based on employment petition, not only the manner of your entry is very important, but also whether or not you maintained lawful non-immigrant status throughout your stay in the United States. So, as you see, adjustment of status is a complicated legal process. For different types of adjustment of status applications, different grounds of inadmissibility must be checked. And USCIS officer, just like you, may make a mistake. For that reason, it's possible, if in fact a mistake happened, to file a motion to reopen and try to address denial through a motion to reopen. And the third very common reason for the denial of I-45 relates to a fraud. It's actually one of the grounds of inadmissibility that one may be found guilty of. However, it is so common that it deserves a special point in my video. If you were found inadmissible due to fraud or misrepresentation, sometimes depending on your family situation in the United States, you may have a waiver, inadmissibility fraud waiver. To qualify for it, you will have to show that you have a special qualifying relative who can be your spouse or parent, US citizen or green card holder, that you are a person of good moral character, otherwise you deserve discretion, and that your qualifying relative is going to experience extreme hardship in case of your removal out of the United States. Now, this is a very common ground for denial of Form I-45. Somebody may be charged with it if they entered the United States using a fraudulent visa, a fraudulent passport, as long as it's not a US citizen passport, if they submitted previously to the United States or with the current submission some information about them that was not accurate, sometimes fraudulent, or sometimes it was misrepresentation, material misrepresentation. So to be charged with this particular ground of inadmissibility, you do not necessarily have to have this bad intent to defraud somebody. Sometimes, if you did not have intent to defraud, but misrepresentation on your forms was material, you still may be charged with this particular ground of inadmissibility. This ground of inadmissibility makes one inadmissible for forever. Some people mistakenly believe that if 10 years passes since they were charged with misrepresentation or fraud, after 10 years, their record is clean and they will be able to receive that visa or a green card. But this is not the case. This type of inadmissibility is for forever unless you qualify for a waiver. So now we determined the most common reasons for the denial, but what can be done about them? Well, the only thing that you can do if your Form I-45 is denied is to file a motion to reopen or to refile your case. It's useless to refile your case if the grounds for your form were denied, if that petition I-130, I-140, I-360 was denied. It's useless to file a motion to reopen if you do not have strong new evidence to overcome the denial, or perhaps the evidence that USCIS overlooked. In that case, you're going to file a joint motion to reopen and reconsider your denial. Remember, there is no appeal from the denial of Form I-45. It's just not possible technically to file an appeal. But in certain situations, you will be able to refile your case. And sometimes it is more effective to do so than filing a motion to reopen. Well, thank you very much, guys, for watching. I hope this video is helpful. If so, please like and share it. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you soon.